The drilling has started again. For those of you that don't know, this is my Monday and Friday manifesting live about getting the life that you want. And it's actually easier than you think, but difficult at the same time. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. I have some notes. There's the light. There's the night light. I have some notes from the weekend of things that I wanted to discuss and share. Hi, how we doing? UK in the house, what's up? So I'm going to be reading from technically 2 books, but I have notes in the 3rd. The drilling again. Okay. So where do we want to start? Okay, we won't start with the pineal gland, but we'll get to the pineal gland and why it's so important when it comes to manifestation, having the life that you want to have. So I was listening to, and I give this analogy, but I like the way that this person put this analogy when it comes to manifestation. Yeah, the sledgehammer. Thank you. It's right outside of my window again. But I wasn't going to not do another live because I didn't do the live on Friday because it was really, really loud, but whatever. So I was watching the video of this guy and he was talking about manifestation. He was talking about, remember I always say that our thoughts are a projection into our 3D reality, right? Like our 3-dimensional reality is a projection of our thoughts. And he put it in the way of when you were in school, and we were in school and they had projector machines, right? And then the projector machine would project the images onto the wall. Okay? That's literally like we are the projector machines, and the imagery, the beliefs that we have are the projections onto the screen of life. Every single one of us has a different perception of reality. We could be looking at the same exact thing and see very, very different things. Why? Because we all own our own projection machine. The images aren't out there. Like the images, when you use the projector screen in school, the projector screen just held on to those images, right? It just showed the images. But the images weren't on the wall or the projector screen. The images were coming from within the projector machine. So if we're the projector machine, and the outside world is just the screen that is projecting what is inside of the projector, then who's in control of their reality? All of us. The only thing that the projector can play on a screen is what's inside of the machine. So if what's coming from inside our machine, our consciousness, is projected onto the wall, wouldn't that mean that it's changeable? If you wanted to watch a certain movie, you put that into the projector machine and it projects it onto the wall or onto the projection screen. So if we are giving the ideas that are to be projected, then I'd say that we are the creator of that projection. Is everybody following? And I use the analogy of the project, like we project, blah, blah, blah. But I like the idea that we are the projector machine that is giving the ideas to be projected into our 3-dimensional world. That drilling is going to drive me nuts, but I'm going to try to ignore it. So, it's so annoying. This has been the last 4 days probably So if I want a certain idea to appear in my reality, then I have to create it in my projector machine. That's it. If I don't like what is being projected into my reality, if I don't like the way that people are showing up in my reality, I have to change the film in here. If you put a movie on, you're like, oh, this movie sucks, I want to put a different movie on. You literally just type in a different title and it plays that movie. So if you're watching the movie of your life out here and you don't like it, then you better start creating a different film. It's that simple, but it's difficult to change your programming. It's difficult to change your subconscious programming, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Will your old programming try to come back in once you have shifted and changed? Yeah, it always will. Which leads me to the next point. I was watching someone else. I came across a video. And this video, the guy said, why would you ever give someone the power in your reality to dictate your mood? Why would you allow someone to be so, hey you, why would you allow someone to be so powerful that they change your mood? And I was like, it's so simple, but it's like so profound, because we don't even realize, but before we know it, it's like we get into a fight with somebody and then we have this sour mood all day. Or if your boss said something to you and you let that shift, why would we give anyone, Joe Astrid, why would we give anyone that power? I know it's loud. Why would we give anyone the power to literally shift our frequency? That means that we are powerless. So if we allow the mainstream media to dictate our mood and tell us to be afraid and tell us to be fearful, if we allow a partner to make us not feel good about ourselves, why are we giving someone outside of us the power to do that? How do you change it when it feels so strong in the body? You're giving it that power that it feels so strong in the body. It's literally just a decision that we make. Am I going to allow someone to dictate my frequency? What motherfucker has that much power over you or me that I'm going to allow somebody to dictate the frequency that I put into the world? Maybe that person had a shitty day and they take it out on you, and then you absorb that energy. Why is someone so powerful that you allow them to change the frequency that you project into the world? Because if they're changing your frequency and making you sad and miserable, and then that's what you're putting out into the world, that's only what you're going to get back into the world, into your world. You just make the decision that you're not going to let somebody affect your reality, because they're literally not only reflecting your present reality, they're changing your future reality. Because everything that's happening to us right now is a result of past thinking. Okay? Everything that is happening in our current reality is a result of past thinking. When we are recording in our consciousness the film of life, it has to go out and project somewhere. It doesn't happen immediately. For some people it might. Not letting it anymore, for sure. I see how it don't affect them. This drilling is affecting me, okay? We have the power to change that. So if we're allowing other people into our energy and into our space, are we absorbing their energy, or are we just putting up our energetic shield to say, I will observe, but I will not absorb? There is no reason why any person on earth should have the power to change your frequency unless it's for the good. Right? When people are on that higher level of consciousness from the map of consciousness, they have the power to change tens of thousands, if not millions of people's frequencies. The higher their frequency goes, the more people that they are able to change in a positive light. The lower your frequency is, the less powerful you are. The lowest frequency on the map of consciousness is shame. And then after that is guilt. will you allow someone to make you feel guilt or shame? Because that is then projected into your reality. So you're not only giving someone the power of making you feel bad right now, that frequency, as long as you stay in that frequency, will continue to project more things that you should be shameful about, more things that you should feel guilty about. So someone can come along and ruin your day if you let them, but that's going to continue on when you continue to stay in that vibrational energy. Thank you, Anthony. So, this is going to lead me into the pineal gland, okay? We're going to read a little bit about the pineal gland. Why do you think we were never taught about the pineal gland in school? Can anybody take one guess? Why we were so manipulated that this powerful, probably the most powerful gland in our body, why were we never taught about the pineal gland? I'm going to tell you. Serves as the conduit through which the body's electrical forces play. Often referred to as the seat of the universal essence, soul, or consciousness, it is the vital light of the body, breathing life into the entire temple. Our body is the temple. This mystical gland is often associated with the masculine spiritual aspect of our being and is commonly referred to as the mind's eye. Okay. This enigmatic gland is adorned with microcrystals, which possess the remarkable ability to both receive and emit frequencies. Our pineal gland doesn't really care if we are positive or negative. It's going to emit those frequencies. This is a big part of the reason why crystals are so healing, is because we are made of microcrystals. So when people think that it's witchcraft and it's this and that, we're literally made up of crystals. So go read a book. So these luminescent cells with crystalline jagged shapes are found, a feature shared with the retinas of our two eyes. This remarkable composition allows the pineal gland to intake light and in turn reflect, refract, and emit light, which is why it is often associated with the concept of enlightenment. Dawn, please. This is the most fun part about the pineal gland and why they didn't teach this to us in school. It's worth noting that the Vatican, the good old Vatican that people want to praise to Catholicism, the most evil entity on earth, sorry. It is worth noting that the Vatican has historically suppressed information regarding the mystical powers of the pineal gland. This religious institution, during its dominance over Europe, erased ancient knowledge and looted libraries containing profound wisdom and information regarding our innate capabilities. Why do you think they would do that? Why? Subsequently, they introduced an encoded Holy Bible, thereby directing people to seek divinity outside of themselves. In various symbology, such as the Eye of Ra or the Eye of Horus, we find references to the pineal gland underscoring its significance across different cultures and civilizations. Everything within our body leads back to one central point nestled at the heart of the brain. Everything within our body leads back to one central point. It's back here. The pineal gland, it's back there. This epicenter, the pineal gland, is what we often refer to as I. When we utter the word I, we are acknowledging the entire inner entity, the observer or the essence that governs the body. This is why I talk about the I amness, your I amness. What you say after those two words literally shapes your reality. I. I what? I am not worthy. I am not chosen. I am not powerful. I am not healthy. I am sick. Your I amness is the greatest and most powerful phrase that you have and possess. Whatever comes after it is what your reality is reflected out or projected out. When we utter the word I, we are acknowledging the inner entity. What is your inner entity? I am not successful. I am poor. What is your inner? Or is it, I am powerful. I am abundant. I am grateful. I am beautiful. How many people say these things? When you embody that I amness, that is what your reality becomes. That programming has been programmed within us since our childhood. If your parents were fighting all the time in front of you, they never had time for you. I'm not worthy. I am not loved. I am not lovable. If you have parents that fought over money all the time, I am poor. I can't even focus. I'm trying to focus without this sound here. Lotus Bliss said, I am determined and I am creative. The sound is someone, they're drilling outside, they're fixing the front thing, and this has been for the last 4 days. Love from El Salvador. This actually is the Celestial Gateway. It's a very beautiful book. There's a lot of different stuff in here. Brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand while looking in the mirror, saying in your mind, I love you. The opposite hand tricks the brain. I love it. So we're talking about the I amness. The body itself serves as a vessel through which our soul or entity operates within the realm of time and space. The right hand of God symbolically alludes to the right hemisphere of the brain, the realm of creativity, intuition, and insight. And that's closely associated with the higher brain or the cerebrum. The pineal gland, often considered the most holy place, epitomizes the center of the brain. So I just want to read this for people that are just joining about the Vatican and the pineal gland and why I will never subscribe to religion again in my entire lifetime, because it is a crock of shit. So if that offends people, I'm sorry, but you just haven't been digging for the truth. It is worth noting that the Vatican has historically suppressed information regarding the mystical powers of the pineal gland. This religious institution, during its dominance over Europe, erased ancient knowledge and looted libraries containing profound wisdom and information regarding our innate capabilities. They erased it from history, so we would not know how powerful we are. Subsequently, they introduced an encoded Holy Bible, thereby directing people to seek divinity outside themselves. Is that not what every religion does? They want you to seek the power outside of yourself. We have the power right in here in our third eye. Every single one of us. There is not one of us that doesn't have that ability. Why do you think they put fluoride in our water? Why do you think they do everything that calcifies the pineal gland? Oh, you put fluoride in your toothpaste. All of the nerves, there's tons of nerve endings in our mouth, right, that lead right up to the brain. We're just putting fluoride right in our gums every day so that gets right into the brain and it goes right up into that pineal gland and it calcifies it so that you lose your intuition. You lose your inner guidance. You lose your inner GPS system. Why do you think they fluoridate the water? Why do you think they put fluoride in our water? We get showers every day in water that has tons of fluoride, let alone however many other chemicals. And those chemicals, or the fluoride, travels up into the brain and it calcifies the pineal gland. Why do they try so hard to do this? There's actually baby water in a jug for babies. Do me a favor and look at the ingredients in that water. And you tell me why there's fluoride in it. Why? From a baby. I have a filter on my shower, of course. But from when children are infants, they are literally selling on shelves in stores fluoridated water. Your baby will have no chance at ever having an intuitive sense. Just the way they like it. So, the pineal gland has everything to do with being able to manifest the life that you want, because our power, our intuitive senses lie within the pineal gland. And if our pineal gland is literally calcified, we cannot tap into our innate powers and capabilities. George Carlin exposed a lot. Yep. They just did a fluoride treatment on my 9-year-old without consent after I said no to fluoride. Holy shit. That's wild. So now moving on to our next book. So for anybody that's just joining, we're talking a lot about our own power. We're talking about our pineal gland, but we're also talking about not allowing someone else to change your frequency. We are not allowing people to change our vibration. Someone speaks nasty to you, you get in a fight with somebody, you stub your toe. Some people allow that to literally ruin the rest of their day. That is an energy that is put out into the universe. So you know when people say like, oh, I stubbed my toe in the rest of the day, or something happened, randomly happened that wasn't good, and then, or you got a flat tire and then the rest of your day turned to shit. That's because of your vibrational energy and frequency. I was driving on a highway, a rock this big hit my windshield, shattered the whole windshield, $2,200 for that windshield to get fixed that I had to pay. Right? So I could have let that ruin my day. But what did I do? I was like, I don't give a shit. It's just a car, right? Went to the BMW dealership. And I was like, yeah, this rock just hit my windshield. And it was like a gash like in the bottom. And then by the time I got home, the whole crack just went across the entire windshield. So I was like, okay, I'm going right now to get this fixed. I see people drive around with like cracked windshield all the time. That makes me completely insane. Because it's just a reminder of just something that's not good, right? Even if like a cracked phone or something like that, people go months like just staring at a screen that's cracked. The day that it happens, I get it fixed or I get a new phone. I'm not going to let that change my energy every day and like look at the phone and like, oh, I need to get this fixed. Oh, will not. So back to the windshield. So I go to the BMW dealership and, they're going to give me a loaner car. Usually they just give you, something, whatever loaner that they have. So we said, hey, do you mind if I give you a 440 something? I guess it was something like that. A 4 Series convertible. This car had like 20 miles on it. It was brand new. And I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not going to complain about you giving me a convertible. And it just so happened it was like 70-some degrees those couple days. So I could have let that ruin my entire day. So it's just about staying in the energy that you want to be in. Do you want to be in someone's company? Do you want to be in someone's company that's miserable? Or are you just like, I need to get away from this person. This person's miserable all the time. I don't want to be around this energy. The answer to that is no. You don't want to be around someone that's miserable. So if you're miserable because you allowed something else to change your energy, do you want to be around a person that's miserable? You don't even want to be around yourself. You're annoying yourself. But luckily, we have the choice of whether or not we can stay in that vibrational energy. When we start to understand non-attachment to things, things will bother us a lot less. Practicing non-attachment to people, to things, to places. I could have been in a bad mood. Oh my God, this car, this windshield's costing me $2,200. But I was just like this. Whatever. Okay. Moving on. Now I get to drive around a convertible while my car gets fixed. Awesome. It's all the way that we look at things. Because however we think about things, the book that I was reading from, The Celestial Gateway. This is from Embodied Celestial. I think that's his handle. It's a very, very beautiful book. There's lots of colorful things in here. So it's fun to look at because every page is very, very different. Dawn, I'm glad. It's like reaching out to a business prospect and they reply to you and they say, this doesn't work, blah, 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 and they say something negative to you. You could either allow that to say, see, like, this is why I don't want to do this, and, I'm not going to be successful in this, and people, this person just made me feel like shit because they don't believe in my product. You could think about it like that, or you could say, Dawn, this is just not my person. Not everyone is going to be in your energy field because they're not of your energy. So what energy do you put out into the world? Because that's what you're going to get back. If you're going out in fear and saying, I don't know, I'm really nervous. Like, I don't really know how to reach out to people. And, what if this person just tells me no and blah, blah, blah. You're going to get that in your response. But if you reach out into the world with something amazing, thank you, the Celestial Gateway. If you reach out to people in the world with the intention that everything that I do is for the greater good of the world, we start to then receive that back, that people see that what you're doing is for the greater good of the world. That's just like a random example. Now we're going to switch over to Neville Goddard, The Complete Collection. We're covering a lot of ground today, but the pineal gland was my favorite because, never mind, I won't say that. Okay, chapter 4. I don't know what book this is from because they're all of his books in one. Chapter 4, no one to change but self. That's it. We're not changing the person that told us that you have a terrible product. We're not changing our significant other that is not giving us the attention that we want. No one to change but self. The people that are not showing up the way that you want them to are only reflecting you. They're your mirror. Are you not choosing yourself? Do you believe that you're not chosen? Do you believe that you're not worthy of success? No one to change but self, because everything is a reflection of us, because every person is showing up in your or outside of your projection screen, right? Or on your projection screen. You are the projector. You are filming the movie in here. You're pressing play, and all of those images in here, all of those thoughts and beliefs in here are being projected onto the screen of reality. No one to change. I don't go live with anybody, guys, so please stop telling me what to do. Thanks. No one to change but self. May I just take a minute to clarify what was said last night? A lady felt from what I said last night, and I am anti-one nation. I do hope that I'm not anti any nation, race, or belief. If perchance I used a nation, it was only to illustrate a point. What I tried to tell you is this: we become what we contemplate. For it is the nature of love, as it is the nature of hate, to change us into the likeness of that which we contemplate. When through war or revolution we destroy titles which to us represent arrogance and greed, we become in time the embodiment of that which we thought we had destroyed. So today the people who thought they destroyed the tyrants are themselves that which they thought they had destroyed. What was I reading? Oh, it was the power of the subconscious mind. I think I was reading over it. MAGA Mondays. Okay, let me go into This is what I wanted to read. We radiate the world that surrounds us by the intensity of our imagination and feeling. But in this third dimensional world of our time beats slowly. And so we do not always observe the relationship of the visible world to our inner nature. We don't, because we think that life just happens to us. We think that these things are happening to us by chance, that this is just the way that my life is supposed to be, that I just don't have good luck, that I just don't have luck in relationships, that I just keep attracting the wrong partner, that I just don't have the right job because of X, Y, and Z. No one to change but self. The third dimensional world of our time beats slowly. So, because the 3D world seems like it's just unfolding, it's slow, and it's just happening to us, it is only a reflection of us. This world out here, the people that show up or don't show up, are a reflection of what's going on in here. That's it. You ever see people that continue to get in the same relationships over and over again? Tim, thank you. The same people will show up just in a different body over and over again. Why do you think that is? There are studies of women that were sexually abused as children that end up in sexually abusive relationships, end up being raped. And we don't say it's their fault, but the programming within them believes, I have no boundaries. I am not worthy of love. I am not worthy of being treated with love and respect. So there's literally studies that show things that happen to you as a child often, almost always, pretty much, if you don't change your program, will happen in relationships later on in life. Children that were physically abused usually get into physically abusive relationships. That is your subconscious programming. That is your inner world being reflected in the outside world. I am always abused. Right? I'm not worthy of being treated with respect. I have no boundaries. I am worthless. So we attract relationships that reflect exactly that. What's up, Bay Area? Okay. So we do not always observe the relationship of the visible world to our inner nature. This is driving me nuts. As you know, all the Bible stories are your stories. It's characters that live only in the mind of man. They have no reference at all to any person who lived in time and space or to any event that ever occurred upon earth. The drama related in Matthew takes place in this manner. Jesus turns to his disciples and asks them, "Whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" And they said, "Some say that thou art John the Baptist, some Elias, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets." He said unto them, "But whom say ye that I am?" And Simon Peter answered and said, "Thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God." Right? And Jesus answered and said unto him, "Blessed art thou, Simon Bar Jonah, for flesh and blood hath not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. And I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon his rock I will build my church." Jesus turning to his disciples is man turning to his discipled mind in self-contemplation. You ask yourself the question, whom do men say that I am? Whom do men say that I am? In our language, I wonder what men think of me. But you only have the power to decide that, right? You answer, some say John come again, some say Elias, others say Jeremiah, and still others a prophet of old come again. It is very flattering to be told that you are, or that you resemble the great men of the past, but enlightened reason is not enslaved by public opinion. It is only concerned with the truth, so it asks itself another question. But whom say ye that I am? In other words, who am I? If I am bold enough to assume that I am Christ Jesus, the answer will come back, thou art Christ Jesus. When I can assume it and feel it and boldly live it, I will say to myself, flesh and blood could not have told me this, but my Father, which is in heaven, revealed it unto me. The Father meaning consciousness. Your consciousness revealed unto you who you are. Each and every one, who are you? I'm a person that lives in fear. I'm a person that lives in lack. I don't believe that I'm good enough. Who do you think that you are? Whatever it is that you think you become. That's it. I wonder what book this is from. We'll stop there today. Thinking Fourth Dimensionally. Is this the same book? Let me just see what book this was from, because I just randomly opened this to whatever. Assumptions hardened into fact. I should have read that chapter today. Darn. Okay, let me see. Chapter 1, Consciousness. Okay, Masterclass Lectures. Okay, that wasn't a book, it was lectures. So, I hope that was helpful today. Especially the part of the pineal gland in religion. Because once we understand that everything that we were ever taught is a lie, that's when you can start to take your power back. And I'm sorry about the drilling today, but I didn't want to miss another Manifesting Monday because I missed one on Friday. So again, I read from The Celestial Gateway and Neville Goddard, The Complete Collection. Nice thick book. Okay? So, I won't be here on Friday. I will be here on Thursday. Jackhammer this info into our minds through the calcified pineal. Exactly. Great message today. Thanks for coming through despite the noise. The show must go on. But I'll see you guys on Wednesday for testimonials. But I will also see you on Thursday morning instead of Friday this week. Okay? So I'll be here Thursday at 9:30. Leo is also getting annoyed by the drilling. He can't sit still. But it's usually very quiet and peaceful in here. Yeah, so I'll see you all on Thursday. Get up, get moving, get your body moving today. I'll repost this if you want to watch it, despite all the drilling. Have an amazing Monday. You guys have a great week too. I will chat with you on Wednesday night.